Hello, welcome back to the Boardgames 4K YouTube channel, and this is a channel where we do board game reviews, playthroughs, unboxings, all that sort of stuff, and we generally talk a load of crap about tabletop gaming in general. And today we're going to be looking at a fast-paced, real-time sort of action dice chucking game called Project Elite, and this is a good few years old now. This is a game by Antipia Games and Draw Lab Entertainment. And in this one, you are trying to repel wave upon wave of alien hordes trying to get into your facility, and you'll be using all manner of weapons and items and alien tech to force them back to complete objectives and to win the day. In this video, we'll be giving you a very brief overview of the rules of this core set and the adrenaline expansion and all the alien expansions all merged into one big thing, and we'll be telling you what we do like, what we don't like, and then we'll come back and we'll tell you whether or not Project Elite is worth playing today and whether or not it's worth buying when the impending reprint by Cool Many or Not is released in the near future. So if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel, leave a comment down below, and we'll see you after this. Boardgames 4K. So Project Elite, this is a real-time dice chucking action game where you'll be trying to repel wave upon wave of aliens, and the first thing that you are going to do in this game is you're going to choose a character, and each character's got a special ability and a certain amount of health, and you'll be choosing from loads of different characters out of the core box. The adrenaline expansion adds another few, and then there's also a couple of little promo figures that you can pick up as well. So you'll be picking a character, choosing their based on their special ability, and you'll be placing them out. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to divide some cards with items and weapons amongst the players. They're going to choose a weapon, or maybe an item or two weapons. The weapons will have little symbols on them, and they'll either have guns and stuff, or they'll have the hand symbol, or they'll have the magnifying glass. And what you'll be doing, you'll be rolling a dice, and then to activate the weapon, you'll be putting those symbols from the dice onto the card to activate it, right? So you've got your weapons, you've got your items, and you've got your character. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to spawn aliens onto the board, and there's a massive stack of alien cards, loads of miniatures that you're going to choose. You pick them up, put them on the board, and they may or may not move or activate as they spawn, right? So once you've got the board set up, first thing you're going to do is draw an event, and that will be active for the rest of the round, and it's up to you to try and counter the event to remove it from the board. Events are always bad, right? Next thing you're going to do, once you've spawned the aliens, then you will take the action phase, and these rounds last, there's 8 rounds, each lasts 2 minutes long. And what you will be doing, you'll be rolling all of your dice which have got different symbols on. So the green blokey symbol is to move one space. You've got the gun symbol, which is used to activate weapons. You've got the hand symbol, which is used to activate items or weapons. You've got the magnifying glass, which is used to activate items or weapons. And you've got the alien movement symbol, which means you'll have to take one alien and move it one space forward. And you'll notice that on the board, there's like arrows that tell you which path the alien moves. Sometimes you might roll three or four of those ones, so you'll have to move. It's up to you to decide which alien to move, but there's a predetermined pathway through the map for the aliens, right? 2 minutes, then the round's over, then you can confer, and then you do it all again. And there's different types of missions on this. You might have the extermination mission, where you've got these tiles with different symbols on that. You've got to collect dice on those symbols to remove it from the board, or you might just have to kill a certain amount of aliens, or so forth. There's loads of different missions, loads of different variations on the difficulty depending on how many players there are. And once you've completed the mission and get back to your facility, then you win the game. And you lose the game if the aliens set foot in the facility, or if you get to the end of the 8th round and you haven't completed the mission, right? There are sort of several expansions for this. There's more aliens. There's a couple of massive, huge boss figures that are insanely massive, like big yellow beasties that come out, and you can mix up the bosses. The bosses come out at certain intervals dependent on the mission and the difficulty level that you choose. So you could have, if you're playing with a high difficulty level, you could have more bosses out on the board, and they're generally a pain in the bum. You might have to spawn an egg that spawns on different spawn points and it moves around. You might have alien boss that comes out during the alien activation phase. It will move other aliens forward, or you might have one of the mega bosses that has a special ability, but it has a lot of health as well. So that's basically how you play Project Elite. So what do we like about Project Elite? So the first thing that we love about this game is the amount of options. Out of the core box, but if you could chuck in the Adrenaline expansion, the Alien expansion and the 2 Mega Boss expansions, the amount of options available in this game is mind-blowing. It blows my mind every time I think about it. And the fact that the difficulty level is tailored to the player count. There's loads of missions in this game, like you've got the extermination mission, there's loads of missions, each with their own card, each with their own player count, each with their own difficulty. And then you've got the 4 maps, so it's 2 maps out of the box, 2 in the expansion, and then you've got printable maps that you can get off Board Game Geek and that. There's so much in this game, and it's just mind-blowing, the amount of options, and nothing is guaranteed to come out. It's all the setups are randomised, so you never know what the game's going to throw at you, right? So the second thing that we love about Project Elite is it is a fast-paced, frenetic action game that it's so exciting. It's so exciting. But the thing that elevates this above other real-time games like Escape, Curse of the Temple, or Magic Maze, yeah, is the fact that this has got built-in rest breaks, and this is like sort of cycling really, really fast, knacking yourself out, and then freewheeling downhill to get your breath back. Yeah, so those 2-minute periods is what makes this game, because you've got time to catch your breath and confer with the other players and generally sort of develop a strategy and tactics on what you're going to do next, yeah, what you think is going to come out and what's on the board. Yeah, so that's one of the things that really sets this apart from other real-time games. So the next thing, the third, fourth, fifth thing, I don't know how many things that we like about this, loads of stuff we like about this. The next thing that we really like about this game is the length of the game is just enough before your heart explodes, right? Because when you actually play this game, it's a bit like Curse of the Temple. I mean, my wife won't play Escape Curse of the Temple because she says it feels like she's going to have a heart attack halfway through, and she won't play this either because she doesn't like that sort of those games that get your heart pumping, you know. And this game it lasts about 15-16 minutes, right, at the most, because there's 8 rounds and 2-minute rounds each. So really the game's like maybe 20 minutes tops if you add in all the downtime when you're talking. So it doesn't outstay its welcome. It's just enough game in there before you start freaking out and losing your marbles, right? So yeah, the game length is just right. So what don't we like about Project Elite? So the first thing that we don't like about Project Elite, focus please, is the minis look like crap. They're just blobs of plastic, and it's a real shame that Antipia Games or Jawlab, whoever's responsible for this monstrosity, got away with it, because this was a Kickstarter game. It made loads of money on Kickstarter, and you look at the models, they are awful. I mean, you got to look at Kingdom Death Monster, for instance, right? You look at that, yeah, I mean, it's so much better, right? Loads of detail in Kingdom Death stuff, right? But when you look at the Project Elite miniatures, they are just blobs of plastic and they look awful. And the big mega bosses, they're yellow, and then for the extra aliens, they're blue, right? It's hard to tell what different aliens, what they look like. So you're looking at them on the card and you're thinking, is that them? We did a playthrough of this a couple of days ago with my little boy. We were unsure as to what aliens were which, and when you're actually looking at the bosses, I'll tell you, it drives me up the wall trying to look at the card and see what alien is which, because they're all green, right? And it's really hard to tell, and that brings the game down somewhat, yeah. So another thing that is a pain in the bum is this can be a bit of a table hog. I mean, the board is huge. You've got the aliens sprawled out everywhere. I mean, we got them in bags, but you know, digging into a bag to try and find an alien is a pain. And you've got all the cards laid out. There's loads of cards everywhere, flying all over the place. And it is a bit of a table hog, yeah. So the final thing that we don't like about this, and it's a bit of a minor thing, is the alien tech is a bit rubbish, right? So you can, there's 2 ways of getting it. You can either defeat a boss, right, and get the alien tech, or you can visit a space on the board and dump some dice down there to get some alien tech. And you know, it's 50-50 whether you're going to get anything decent, and more often than not, you're not going to get anything that you could really logically or reasonably use that's going to be like, wow, that's amazing, I really need to go and do that. And that's a bit of a shame, because the game could have done with some extra powerful stuff. Because if you're risking your dice on these things, or you do well and destroy a boss, you should get rewarded. And the rewards in this game, they're just not potent enough, you know. So yeah, it's a minor thing, but you know, there are some good stuff in there. There is some good stuff in there, but it's just not enough. So to summarise, is Project Elite worth picking up the first edition, because it's mind-blowingly expensive, or it's really expensive, or is it worth waiting for the Simon reprint that's coming out maybe next year? We love this game. We love this game. My little boy loves this game. This is the most requested game. He always asks to play Project Elite, and it's only a matter of time before my 5-year-old, when he's a little bit older and can sort of understand the game, he'll want to play it as well. This is a timeless classic, no doubt about it. It's one of our favourite games of all time. I love it. I just can't think of any more superlatives to throw at this game. I love the action. I love the dice throwing. I love the variety of monsters. I love the way that it gets your heart pumping, and it's really exciting. It's really tense, and you've got that. You can download a soundtrack from Boardgame Geek that you can put on like a MP3 player, whatever you want to do, and you can have that pumping in the background. It really ramps up the ambience of the game, the atmosphere. So I love Project Elite. The only thing I would say about the reprint, we did back it on Kickstarter, but we pulled out because, call me or not, they wanted like $75 shipping to the UK, and we said no, sorry, that's enough. There's red lines with us on Kickstarter, and we didn't know that was what it was going to be. And you know, the amount of content that they had available there for this game is amazing, but it just took it over that threshold for us. So a bit disappointed that we couldn't afford to do that. We might pick it up when it comes out, but if you can pick up the first edition with the Adrenaline expansion, if you can find it with all the aliens, I mean, if you can sort of set aside those really crap miniatures, and at the end of the day, it doesn't really break the game at all, because it moves so fast you don't really notice, but it is a bit disappointing. But if you can get over that and you can find this game, you must play Project Elite, because it's a 5-star game, no doubt about it. We love this game. It's a 5-star game. So yeah, that's Project Elite. It's one of our favourite games of all time. Go out and buy it if you can find it, or wait for the reprint, right? So like we said, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to this channel. Leave a comment in that box down there somewhere, and we'll see you next time.